Hi, I'm Ying Stoller. Today we're going to make sushi. That's right, sushi. I know most people love sushi, but they thought it's so complicated and so hard to manage at home. A good news for you. You can make it at home. I'll show you step by step and guaranteed you can make this delicious, fresh, healthy sushi at home by yourself. So I'm going to show you what kind of rice I'm using. First, this is a short grain rice. I know it's a little sticky, but it's not sticky rice. A lot of people thought it was a sticky rice. No, don't use a sticky rice. Sticky rice is glutinous rice. We Asians use it as a dessert. We make it like babao, 8 treasures, sticky rice, or make sticky rice dessert ball. And those things, we use the sticky rice. But this is short grain rice. Has a little more starch than regular rice, but it's starchy, but it's not sticky. Maybe just a little sticky, but it's not a sticky rice. So let's start cooking our rice. First, I will tell you, you buy this either called sushi rice. Of course, that's very easy. You can figure that out. That's the rice you need to use, or use Sushi Rolls or botan, and those kind of rice is the right rice for you to use. And then we're gonna rinse it. Make sure you rinse it because it's sticky. Like I said, it's not sticky rice, but it's a little sticky because the starch. So in order to make it easier for you to work with, you want to rinse it a few times until you see the water is kind of clear, and that's good. So then we're gonna add water. I'll give you the ratio when you on our recipe on the website, but then you let it soak for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna just steam it. When it boils, we're gonna turn it down and let it simmer for 10 or 15 minutes, and until all the water absorbed, of course, and then rice is done, so you turn it off. Okay, and then we're gonna add our sushi vinegar. So we can just use rice vinegar by itself, or we can add a little sugar to make it a little sweet and mix with the vinegar. Then we're gonna drizzle over the rice. So I will show you. Let's cook the rice first. So let's get our ingredients ready. Now we're gonna cut our vegetables. We're gonna use English cucumber. I like to just line up the length with our seaweed or nori. That way you don't have to worry about getting too long or it's not long enough. So I cut, you don't have to peel because English cucumber, the skin is very thin. And I just cut them into thin strips. First we cut in half, and then we're gonna scoop out the seeds. All you need to do is just use a spoon and just scrape in the middle all the way down. So that's easy. And then I already have some imitation crab meat. We're gonna make California rolls and vegetable rolls. So then I'm gonna cut my cucumber just thin strips. I also have some pickled turnips. These are delicious. Some people really love it, and because a little bit sweet. If you don't like it, of course, you can use carrots. So these are already cut strips. So all you need to do is just take them out. They're ready to use, and they can keep a long time too. So, and then these imitation crab meat, I cut them into half. That's all easy, all good, right? And then we're going to use avocado for the California rolls, and just cut in half and twist it and get the seeds out using knife like that. So very simple. In fact, the easiest way to do it is just cut them into slices with peel, and then just take the peel off. Otherwise, it's getting very, very messy. Especially, I think this is just a little bit overripe. And avocado is kind of tough to do, to choose. If you choose not ripe, they just not taste very good. But if you are too soft, and they fall apart. So you have to just squeeze the outside. When you just give a little, and that's the right ones to buy. So our rice all done also, and we're gonna just drizzle. I waited just for a little bit, but still very hot. And we're gonna drizzle a little bit of vinegar while we use the bamboo tool to fold it. Make sure you fold it, because if you stir, you're gonna break the grain. So you want to fold it to mix the sushi rice. Rice vinegar. Like I said, if you like sugar sweet, you can just add a little sugar to the rice vinegar. You can just microwave for a little bit until the sugar is just dissolved. Then you drizzle over rice. So our rice done. Normally I like to put it in a container, but we're going to put it in a baking dish. Why I like to use baking dish? Because it's cool off fast. We want this cool off fast, so we can start working with this. But you don't want to so still steaming hot. You want to cover with a white towel or some kind of cover, so you keep the moisture still in. Otherwise, it's gonna dry out. The rice will getting very hard, and it's hard to work with. So this will spread out and let it cool just for a little bit. Like I said, use the bamboo tool to fold it instead of using fork just to break the grain. So when this cool off just a little bit, and we're gonna about the room temperature, and then we're gonna make sushi with our tool. This tool is really revolutionize your sushi making. Now our rice cool, I put back in the pot, so keep it moist, so it won't dry out. And our vegetables are cut, so we're ready to make sushi. And like I told you earlier, I want to show you this tool. This is a 3-piece tool. These two pieces are exactly the same. So the flat on top and the bottom is not flat. So, and also we'll use this box. And we're going to put one piece, the flat top facing up. Put the box over it. Then get a nori, the whole sheet, and put in the middle, gently, in the box. Then I'm going to use my gloves. For those of you who don't like to use gloves at home, because I don't want the rice to stick on my fingers, you can just use a bowl of cold water in front of you, so you can dip your fingers before you touch the rice. That way, it will prevent rice stick on your fingers. So make sure your rice is cooled, otherwise it's going to get you nori very, very soft. So let's just put a thin layer on the bottom, and also some on the side. So now we're going to put some pickles in the box, in the middle of the box. If it's too long, you can just cut it. Just cut a little piece off. Okay, so that way it will fit And the cucumber is the same. If it's too long, just cut a little piece and cut a little piece off. Then we're going to use avocado. Then we're going to top with some more rice. So far so good, fairly simple. You can do it, I'm sure. This is so easy. And you make your own. The best part is so fresh. And of course, it saves you a lot of money. It's a very healthy way to eat. So we'll press it down. Make sure it's patted down, so that way you don't have a gap in the box. And so if you do have a gap, you guess what's going to happen? When you take it that's out and cut it, and the fillings, cucumbers and avocado and stuff will come out. So you don't want that to happen. So then we're going to fold one side down, okay? And if you need, I just put a few pieces of grain of rice on top of this, so that way this side can stick to the other side. So there. And then we're going to use this piece, this side, this time, the flat side down. Okay. Then we're going to just press it down, make sure everything's solid, covered up. And then we're going to just, the thumb push down and the other fingers pull the sides up. Okay, look at that. And we're going to remove the top and remove the bottom. Voila! Fairly easy, right? Pretty simple. So we're going to use our sushi knife, cut over sushi. Since this is a bigger piece, I like to cut them into 8. So half first, and each side another half, and then another half. So this is pretty too. And do the same with the rest of the sushi pieces. Isn't that beautiful? And tastes very good too. Now you know the secret. You better make some. It's so easy. This is the one kind I'm using, is the nori-outside. But then next, I'm going to show you the nori-outside inside. This is so great to take to a party. So now let's make the nori inside. This time we'll do nori inside. So to see these lines, the first 2 lines I'm going to cut it off. You can use it later for other things. So just all you need to do is just fold it and then use your knife. All you have to have is shears. You can do that very easy. So just a thin layer of rice. And since this time we're going to do the rice outside, we're going to use sesame seeds. Of course, you can use that for the inside, rice inside also. So just like I said, it's just a thin layer. Don't get too thick. You don't want to just eat a whole bunch of rice only. Okay, now I use both black and white sesame seeds. It's totally up to you, whatever you like to use. I like both because give a nice color. Be generous. Sometimes I just mix them together in the container so you don't have to shake 2 times. But oh well, it's no big deal. So flip this over, and then we're gonna move this. So just put this in. Like I said, try to put in the middle part inside first. This time I'm using imitation crab meat because we're making California rolls. I'll put in there avocado. And then fold one side down like we did earlier. But fold it tight, okay? If you don't, you will be in trouble when you try to cut it. And then we're going to put this piece back on. And this time we want to press the flat top down. So just to squeeze it. That way just make sure there's no gap. And then we'll do the same, we'll just pull and press down same time. Thumbs press it down, the other fingers pull the sides up. Then we'll remove the sides, the top. Look at this. Remove the bottom, voila. And then I will make the same, cut in half first. And this time since a little flat, not as big as the other one, I'm just going to make 3 pieces. So you can put them up like that. Look at that. So delicious. Of course, you can use a lot of different other fillings also. Now we're ready to eat. Look at this. This is so delicious, so cool. Wow. With a little bit of wasabi, ginger, and if you like soy sauce, of course we have soy sauce. And also, my next thing is the yum yum sauce, my own yum yum sauce. This is so delicious. Why we call it yum yum? Because it's so yummy. And you can put on anything you like. You can put on sushi, you can put on fried rice, you can put on any hibachi grilled meat and vegetables, or you can use it as dressing, believe it or not. Also, it's awesome on sandwiches. So I'm just going to drizzle this over our sushi. Look at this. Wow. Delicious. I tell you, if you feed your family like this, they will be healthy, they will be very grateful, and you will be a happy family to cook together. You can make together, and then you enjoy the delicious food at the same time, create some family memories.